In the headlines, arraignment of suspended CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele stalled as court adjourns case until August 23rd. Defense headquarters confirms the death of 3 officers, 22 soldiers in Niger ambush. Police arrest man suspected of raping 3-year-old in Oshun. And on the foreign scene, more than 60 feared dead after migrant boat capsizes off Cape Verde. Good afternoon and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. We begin in Abuja, where the trial of the suspended Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele over alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud was stalled on Thursday due to the absence of the second defendant. Trust TV Shafiu Suleiman reports that Emefiele and his co-accused were to be arraigned before the FCT High Court on a 20-count charge. His report.
This is the public institution. You cannot do anything for us, please. Don't arrest any of our members here.
It was a cat race between journalists covering the case and DSS operatives that brought the accused to the court. The media men strive to professionally report happenings in the court, but on the other hand, the DSS operatives are bent at deploying crude means to shield the accused from the array of camera lenses. Inside the court, the proceedings could not go on due to absence of the second accused person. The trial judge, Justice Hamza Muazu, adjourned the case to the 23rd of this month for arraignment.
The second defendant was not made available. The second defendant was not in court. And it is right that all the defendants in a charge must be present to take their plea. And consequently, the complainant on its own requested for an adjournment for the arraignment to be done at a later date. And so we didn't oppose that application. Unfortunately, we are yet to see those charges. We've been served, but we are yet to read it. Our client was served late last night, and you'll agree with us that there is no way between last night and this morning that we will have digested the charge.
The suspended CBN Governor Emefiele was earlier arraigned before a high court in Lagos over alleged illegal possession of firearm upon the ruling of the Abuja High Court, which declared his continued detention without proper charge as illegal. The prosecution had replaced the initial charge with a 20-count charge bordering on procurement fraud. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Very dramatic scenes there. Well, in a related development, a Federal High Court in Lagos on Thursday struck out the criminal charges of illegal possession of firearms slammed by the federal government against the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. Justice Nicholas Owebo held that the prosecutor had not been diligent in the prosecution of the case. The court held that the prosecutors had also disrespected the court by rearresting the defendant after he's been granted bail by the court. Emefiele was arraigned on a 2-count criminal charge over alleged unlawful possession of firearms. He pleaded not guilty to the charges filed by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation before Justice Nicholas Owebo. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will on Monday, August 21st, swear in the newly appointed ministers of his cabinet at the State House Conference Center in Abuja. Director of Information, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Willie Bassi, made this known in a statement released on Wednesday. President Bola Tinubu had earlier named Wale Edun Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Bumi Tunji Ojo, Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adebayo Adelabu as Minister of Power, and former governors Nyesom Wike as Minister of the FCT, Atiku Bagudu as Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, among others. The statement says the ministers designated to be sworn in are expected to come with 2 guests each for the ceremony. Now, the Military High Command on Thursday morning says 3 officers, 22 soldiers were killed in Niger State, while 7 others were wounded during an attack by terrorists. Major General Edward Buba, the Director of Defense Media Operations, revealed this at the Defense Headquarters in Abuja. Buba told journalists that the Nigerian Air Force helicopter that crashed in Shiroro area of Niger State went to the scene to evacuate victims before it crashed. He, however, vowed that no group could attack its troops and go scot-free, adding that 14 previously killed were in the jet during the crash. Still talking security, at least 82 Boko Haram fighters have been killed in an inter-ethnic clash among the insurgents. The incident happened in Kukawa local government area of Borno State. Local and security sources living in Baga and areas along Lake Chad fringes confirmed the incident to Daily Trust on Wednesday. One of the sources says the clashes erupted following the killing of 7 Boko Haram fighters that belong to the Buduma tribe. He said the slain fighters were executed by their commander in Bukwaram Island after their failed attempt to surrender to the Nigerian military on Tuesday. He said a meeting was summoned and all the commanders, irrespective of their tribes, reached an agreement that fighters are free to leave the venue of the chosen location. Our security source in the area told our correspondent that most of the fighters that lost their lives were known faces of Boko Haram insurgents that fled from Baga, Doron Baga and Kukawa to Niger Republic and other parts of the Sahel. The Multinational Joint Task Force has commenced the training on preventing and countering violent extremism in Gemina in Chad. From Difa town in Niger Republic, Adamu Gulde reports that the training was designed for soldiers deployed to the operational area. His report.
The Force Commander Multinational Joint Task Force, Major General Ibrahim Sallau Ali, while declaring open the training, emphasized its importance in equipping participants with the necessary knowledge and skills to prevent violence extremism in the MNJTF area of operation. Major General Ali lauded the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center and other partners for their support in organizing the training.
Security business is not just for the military or the security agencies. It's for everybody. The civil populace have a lot to play in ensuring that we bring an end to this crisis. We need a lot of information from you, a lot of intelligence, a lot of support, understanding, so that together we can bring an end to this crisis.
In his address, the commandant of the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center, Major General Richard Ado Giani, who spoke on behalf of the training center, highlighted that the surge in terrorism activities in the Sahel region is largely driven by violence extremism. He said the surge necessitated the training for security stakeholders across the region for effectively counter these threats, adding that it will enhance the capacity of participating troops to identify and prevent acts of violent extremism and ultimately contribute to the overall stability of the region. The training program will cover various aspects of countering violent extremism, including intelligence gathering, community engagement, and the promotion of peace and tolerance. From Difa town in Niger Republic, Adamu Gulde, Trust TV News.
Back here in Plateau State, the police has arrested 8 suspects in connection with the recent killings of people in Mangu local government area of the state. Some persons were killed last week by gunmen in Chia, a village in Mangu local government area of the state. The Commissioner of Police, Julius Alawari, who paraded some of the suspects at the force headquarters in Jos on Wednesday, expressed his commitment to work in collaboration with other security agencies to deal decisively with criminal elements as he advises them to leave Plateau State. He said he had carefully analyzed the security situation in the state and outlined kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery, gun running, theft, clashes between farmers and herders, cattle rustling, attacks on villages were becoming more prevalent, especially in Barikin Ladi, Riom, and Mangu local government areas of the state. The police boss warned criminals in the state to desist will be ready to feel the full weight of the law.
Also, while designing a workable security template for effective policing of the state, I noticed that there are certain local government areas that need more police stations and security presence. All those areas will be taken care of. We'll come up with strategies and also get in contact with our authorities to ensure that if there is need to build more police stations there, we'll do that.
Elsewhere, a 22-year-old man in Osun State, Mustapha Adewale, has been arrested by the police for allegedly raping a 3-year-old girl. A report was filed by the mother of the baby, which prompted a police investigation that led to the confession by the suspect. Hamid Oyegbade reports.
The unfortunate incident occurred at Garaji Olode in Ife South local government area of Osun State. The mother of the 3-year-old baby went out in the morning and left her little daughter under the care of her neighbor, Mustapha Adewale. But before the woman returned back home in the evening, Adewale raped the little baby. The suspect, who confessed to the crime, blamed devil for his action. The woman left her baby under my care when she went out. The baby was sleeping. When she woke up, I bought biscuit for her. Then I raped her. Meanwhile, men of the command's anti-kidnapping squad have rescued 2 herdsmen from kidnappers. The victims commended the police for their swift response. The kidnappers demanded 3 million naira from us and threatened to kill us if we failed to pay the money. So we reported to police. The police public relations officer for the Osun State Police Command, Yemisi Okpalola, said one of the kidnappers was neutralized during gun duel with the policemen. She condemned the rape of 3-year-old girl and assured that the suspect will face the full wrath of the law.
Meanwhile, we also rescue a kidnapped victim from the kidnapper, and the kidnapper was neutralized. We are able to do that, and we assure you that criminal elements are going to be rooted out of this command.
The PPRO said the little girl is responding to treatment in the hospital. Hamid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Osogbo.
In Katsina State, Governor Dikko Umar Rada has solicited the support of the media in overcoming insecurity in some communities across the state. The governor was speaking when he received the management of Media Trust Limited, owners of Daily Trust, Trust TV, Armenia, and Trust Radio, at his office. Abdullahi Ahmadi tells us more.
Governor Rada said his administration is adopting a new approach to the fight against banditry and other forms of criminality in the state. According to him, the new approach is taking the fight directly to the hideouts of the bandits and other elements rather than being on the defensive. Governor Rada, who noted that the state government is also rehabilitating victims ravaged by banditry, added that no meaningful results could be achieved without robust synergy from neighboring states, because if one state is proactive and the others are not, the terrorists will always have where to go, regroup, and launch offensive.
In the area of security, we are doing as much as possible to ensure that we bring about some innovations in the security architecture of the state that will help us to mitigate the activities of the bandit and the criminals, and also to see how we can build up those people who were devastated, victims of the banditry and the criminality in the state.
The governor also admitted that Nigeria is in a difficult situation, which calls for the media to put more energy and resources in projecting the country in good light, while at the same time not compromising its mandate to hold the government accountable.
We must acknowledge the fact that Media Trust is one of the strong media houses in the country, and they have been professional to some extent in discharging their responsibilities, and we pray and hope that you will sustain that, and then also try to bring about important news that will have economic bearing on the nation and the growth of our country as a whole.
The governor informed that government has also adopted strategies to weed out social miscreants locally known as Gaurai, who are disturbing the peace of residents of the state capital. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Well, you're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead after the break, we take a look at measures being taken to mitigate the impact of flooding in Bauchi. Details coming up ahead after the break. Welcome back to the news update, and thank you very much for staying with us. Here's a quick recap of our top stories at this hour. The arraignment of suspended CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele stalled at the court as the case is adjourned until August 23rd. Defense Headquarters confirms the death of 3 officers, 22 soldiers in Niger State ambush. Now, stakeholders within flood-prone communities in Bauchi State are seeking ways to mitigating the impact of flooding as a reaction to the recent announcement in the report of a possible flooding across 19 states of the Federation. The community is among the 8 local government areas in the state that are expected to witness heavy downpours, according to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports.
Recently, the National Emergency Management Agency reported 19 states could witness excessive rainfall. This has caused fear in flood-prone communities across the country, with Bauchi not left out. In view of this, the State Environmental Protection Agency identifies stakeholders from those areas to brainstorm on how to mitigate the lingering floods and also prepare to avert the impending danger of flooding. Baikinkure area is among the 56 communities that always suffered flooding for many years.
We have been complaining that was not how the place was before. Some of the mistake made was by the state government much earlier. If you can look at that area where they wrote Paris furniture, there was a very big culvert then where this water is dropping. We don't know their reason they block it.
We need expansion of the waterways here. As you can see, everywhere is flooded. We usually deposit sand to allow cars to pass through.
Government will send some people, either government or whatever organization, they will send some people. They will come, they survey, they measure, they will put something to know the depth of the whole thing. But after all, they will not come and do any other thing.
Traditional rulers also contributed to effort geared towards tackling the menace, as according to them, flood affects all human endeavor.
We were sure the issues that were discussed and agreed on will be highly attended to, and by the grace of God, things will be over and definitely go back to our communities and enlighten them.
During the focus group discussion, environmental experts spoke on how best flooding can be averted even before it occurs.
Usually, either within the rainy season or during the dry season, of course, we're going to help our communities to really sensitize about how they can use the environment.
The community engagement entertained several opinions from members on how to achieve the desired objectives of mitigating the impact of flood throughout the state. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
On the international scene, more than 60 people are believed to have died after a boat from Senegal was found floating off the coast of Cape Verde in the Atlantic Ocean. The International Organization for Migration spokesperson Safa Micheli on Wednesday said 63 people are thought to have died in the incident. At least 38 people, including 4 children aged between 12 to 16, have been rescued from the fishing boat that left Senegal in July, according to the IOM statement. Senegal's foreign ministry said late on Tuesday that 37 rescued were Senegalese and 1 person was from Guinea-Bissau. Most of those on the boat are believed to be from Senegal. Micheli said emergency services recovered the remains of 7 persons, while another 56 people are believed to still be missing. The police say the vessel was spotted on Monday almost 320 kilometers from the island of Sal by a Spanish fishing boat, which alerted Cape Verde authorities. West African military chiefs are meeting Thursday in Ghana to coordinate a possible military intervention aimed at reversing Niger's military coup. But it appears that the African Union disagrees with the position of a military outcome. The meeting of the top brass on Thursday and Friday comes after fresh violence in the insurgent-hit country, with terrorists killing at least 17 soldiers in an ambush. Meanwhile, there's widespread public anger in Ghana over some ECOWAS countries' willingness to participate in a possible military intervention in Niger Republic following the July 26th coup. Now, the African Union has rejected an ECOWAS proposal to stage a military intervention in Niger Republic unless the military junta cedes power and reinstates ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. However, the AU's Peace and Security Council, which met in Addis Ababa earlier this week, had not issued a joint statement on the Union's position as of Wednesday. Meanwhile, the United Nations warned on Wednesday that the ongoing crisis in Niger Republic could significantly worsen food insecurity in the impoverished African country, urging humanitarian exemptions to sanctions and border closures to avert catastrophe. In sports, the Confederation of African Football has confirmed that the concluding Ivory Coast 2023 Group H Africa Cup of Nations qualifier between Comoros and Zambia will be played on September 9th, 2023 at the Stade Moroni Melzoni. Zambia has already secured its ticket to the next AFCON event, with the draws for the tournament set for October 12th in Abidjan. 15 teams have already booked their tickets so far. They include host Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco, Algeria, South Africa, Senegal, and Burkina Faso. Others are Tunisia, Egypt, Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, Nigeria, Cape Verde, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, and Guinea. CAF has appointed whistlemen from Burundi and Djibouti to handle the match in Zambia. The already qualified Chipolo Polo top Group H on 12 points, 2 better than Ivory Coast, whose ticket is already secured as host. Comoros is in third with 6 points, while Lesotho rock bottom with just a point. Coach Avram Grant will be rolling out his roadmap for preparations against Comoros, which will also double as a build-up for FIFA World Cup qualifiers that kick off later in November this year. Well, that's the size of our package at this hour. Thank you most kindly for joining us. For more news, we'll be back later at 4 p.m. For now, follow us across our social media platforms for more content and visit trusttv.com for more news. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you for watching.